Such a classic, Mr. Vampire from 1985 on the Hong Kong Legends DVD title. This is my vampire doll. This was from San Francisco from my friend Sylvia Rowan, who's got her own action blog. I'm going to leave that there while we do this review and look at the film Mr. Vampire. What a great film it is. I recommend this to anyone. One of the most successful multi-award winning Hong Kong pictures ever made. Digitally restored and remastered. 15. We'll get round with so let me show you what the special features are on this. We get, it is digitally remastered, 16.9 and a anamorphic version enhanced for widescreen TVs. Dual language format, you get it in English dubbed and with Cantonese remastered English subtitles, biography showcase, a trailer gallery, interview with Shin Sai Ho and Moon Lee, two of the actors from the film. The Vampire's Lair, a feature-length commentary with Bay Logan. And in this we also get interviews with Sammo Hung as well, if I remember right, on the special features. And of course this film stars Lam Ching Ying, Moon Lee, Pauline Wong, Ricky Yu, and it was directed by Ricky Lau, L-A-U. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But Mr. Vampire is a classic. Basically, the story goes, I'll try and sum this up the best I can, is reliving reanimated corpses. One has come back to life when it's supposed to be buried elsewhere, and it comes back and kills a wealthy businessman. And it's up to the Sifu, the master, who we can see right there, Lam, to dispose of the corpses and hunt them down. And the vampires themselves are hopping vampires because they're rigid, reanimated, and they hop on 2 feet with their arms stretched out, and they come back for the living. And there are some really memorable characters in this. In the dub versions, we've got Simon and Malcolm. Malcolm is Manchoy, and I forget the other guy's name in its original language. But we have Sifu there, who plays the straight-faced Taoist monk, who was played by the legendary late Lam Ching Ying, who died in 1997. We have Moon Lee, who plays the wealthy guy's daughter. Pauline Wong, who plays a ghost as well. And in the subplot, the ghost is seducing one of the main characters, as he's called Simon in the dub version. And a subplot is playing out basically between the two worlds, between the living and the dead. Ghost falls in love with a human falls back in love with a ghost, and it's up to the master to try and stop this before Simon's soul is taken away, basically. And subplot is a tragic love story between a human and a ghost, as they both cannot coexist between both worlds. So the master realises this, and he's got a heart, and he ends up letting her go. But in the meantime, Master originally got convicted for the killing of the wealthy businessman because he had long nails, and the vampire has got long nails as well, and they attack people and basically get the master framed, where he gets put in a jail cell, and it's up to his assistant Simon to rescue him, and to realise that the living corpses need to be disposed of and burnt with fire, and these talismans have to be put on their head as well to stop the vampires from coming back. and to make them stop in their tracks. And in the midst of all this, it's a comedy film as well. And these supernatural films, I have a feeling they were, I could be wrong here, but it could be based on a comedy horror films like Ghostbusters, but with vampires. Might sound crazy, but that's just a theory of mine. But what a great film Mr. Vampire is, and I recommend it to everyone. Mr. Vampire is a great film, great soundtrack, great subplot, like I said, with the ghost and the human in trying to fall in love with each other, and it is a lot better than it sounds, because there's a lot of comedy, good comedy timing in there. There's some good martial arts in there between the humans and the vampires, and stunts and set pieces, good production values, and good photography, and great lighting effects, and just in general a great film Mr. Vampire is. And I cannot recommend Mr. Vampire enough, because there were also films like Encounters of the Spooky Kind with Sammo Hung. There was of course Chinese Ghost Story, and there were many films, and also spin-offs from Mr. Vampire, and many sequels of Mr. Vampire, which I get confused with, like what were the sequels, but I have got them somewhere on a Hong Kong label, or with subtitles as well on region number 3, I believe, but this is region number 2. You can still get this. It gets quite pricey. It's not on Blu-ray yet or anything like that, but it would be good if it was on Blu-ray. The extra features, like I said, you get a commentary from the legend Bay Logan, who's British, who lives in Hong Kong, and he's an expert on Hong Kong cinema. Vampire Slayer, I can't exactly remember what that is, but the interviews you've got with Moon Lee, and basically the guy who plays Simon in the English dub version, if you know what I mean. Plus there's a quick interview with Sammo Hung as well, on the legendary late Lam Ching Ying, who played in many vampire busting films, and also has worked with Bruce Lee, and he's a legend in his own right. He is, who sadly passed away from, I think it was liver cancer in 1997, which was really sad. And another fact as well, a couple of years ago in 2011, I believe, Ricky Yu, the comic relief in this film, he died on the same day as Lam Ching Ying, sadly, in 2011. Ricky Yu, a talented guy, a singer, an actor, a brother of the Yu family, provides good comic relief in this. I didn't mention him that much, but he plays Mon Choi, also known as Malcolm in the English version, who gets attacked by a vampire and starts turning into a vampire himself, and it's up to the master to try and get the sticky rice, if that's what it is, to try and get out the poison from him so he doesn't turn into a vampire himself, into a living corpse. And there's all kinds of magic and Hong Kong action and Taoist monk craziness in this, and the set pieces again are great. There's wire work, there's action, there's kung fu, like I said, there's the love story, there's the action itself, there's a mild horror in this, comic relief. Pauline Wong in this as well. Great film. I hope I've pronounced all the names as right as I can. I've got each and every actor right who plays a role in this. But Mr. Vampire, definitely a classic. I would definitely recommend this. I can't recommend it enough, especially to the Hong Kong loving fans out there who have probably watched this film at one point. And it was on Channel 4 in 1990 as part of the Chinese Ghost Story season over Christmas, when Channel 4 used to show Godzilla films as well. This is my review. Look at Mr. Vampire. The DVD is worth getting. Shows you the other titles on the inside there, and the chap selection there as well. DVD, great. Just showed it all quickly. They should know what it looks like anyway, but can't not recommend this film enough. Please check out Mr. Vampire. Have a good day, everyone, whatever you're doing. good night.